sad that we're coming close to an end of this story, but it's been amazing, and it still is amazing. We still have some way to go. So 2020 COVID period was the birth of this Mkuru thing. That's why I was asking about it, because you are intertwined, you're involved in it.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to hear the same story from your perspective. Okay. 2021. Okay, endelea.
2021. Now we are. So now I have Njugush and I have Mkurugenzi now.
Umeanza kumanage huyu?
Yes, because now we have a few clients calling and he's getting a few campaigns here and there. So now I have, because it was natural. I mean,
yes,
aende kutafuta manager.
Imagine telling him to kutafuta manager.
Like it was just so natural. So I'm managing both of them. And you see now it gets to a point where we can no longer shoot Nasimu. Like the numbers are going, now we need to think of a proper crew for shoot. But remember, he has a whole production house, and he has crew, and we have equipment. So it was easy to just integrate them to YouTube and whatnot. And the good thing is, by this time, YouTube payments are could make a bit of money, just a bit. Actually, it was literally just to sustain the production. It's not like he's making money at kwenda nao home. He's just making money, enough money to keep the content coming. And then, remember also Judy, on the other side, the numbers are growing.
Judy.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Now
the numbers are growing, and for some reason I found sort of my purpose for these followers, for my Instagram page, because I was purely just on Instagram. Because now Mumbus came into the picture. And we used to have conversations with her, and I would like record some small videos of us when we are hanging out, doing what, having conversations, talking about periods randomly on stories. And then we would get so much traction from people, like a lot of feedback from parents. And they'll be like, we need to hear you. You need to have this conversation proper. Like, mkae chini mrecord video. Tusaidie sisi wenye tunashindwa. Where do we start these conversations with our children? And especially with our girls about menstruation and them growing up and all those things. Because we used to have these conversations with Mumbus very openly. So something is happening on that other side. So now there is Jugush, there is Mkurugenzi,
and there's Judy.
Something is brewing over there. And remember, as much as Noni is in the picture and I manage Celestine, we are still, all of us are still team Njugush Creatives. So tutaguza kila mahali, right? So I remember one morning I received a call, because I was the one running now Njugush's phone, like simu ya office ni mimi nimekuwa nayo ever since I started working with them. And then from Mkurugenzi we had to find another, like a line as well, like a phone number. Pia yenye watu wanaweza juu kuna watu wanataka kumpea stories nini all these things.
Na donations hata.
Na donations, yes, because he started after having a conversation with him. Unaona vile Mungu anapanganga maneno yake. It's so crazy how God does it.
Yeah, it's insane.
I remember one day I received a call, and it's on the Njugush line, and of course I pick up, naongea my official, voice, nini, a client. They're like, it's an agency calling. They were like, we are not calling for Njugush or Celestine, we are actually calling for you.
Eh?
And I was like, what? By the way, that was my reaction. I think what on the other side, Ali check akashindwa ala. I was like, what? They were like, yes, we have a client who's interested in working with you in Mumbus. Nikawambia no, because you see, somebody had worked with on many projects for Njugush agencies. You know, agencies is a very small world. Once you start working with them, you realize it's actually a very small world. So they're like, no, Judy, yes, like you and Mumbus. Me, I was laughing on that phone. I was like, what do you mean? Yes, there's a client who's interested in working with you and Mumbus. So, yeah, like, are you game? And I'm like, of course I needed to know the client first, because you client gani. And guess what? It was always pads. So you see, from this conversation of ours online na nini watu walikuwa wameanza ku notice, like clients walikuwa wameanza ku pick up. And that is how I became an influencer, just like that.
So is this when you did the series where you guys are like, oh, even he had the conversation, she had the conversation with Abel?
No. This is in 2021. This was actually our first conversation.
Okay.
And this is how we actually now our first YouTube video was actually this one. But it was on Instagram.
Yes.
So we started having these conversations on Instagram, because now the client wanted, their brief was, you see the way you do it with more. You see the way you have those conversations that seem so natural and whatnot. Let's just, Mumbus can talk about her periods and her experience so far, because she has just been maybe like, zilikuwa zimeanza, alikuwa na periods for like maybe 2 months. Yeah, and you see, because we are sharing these things on stories, I would talk, and we would talk with her. Oh, we just started our periods, we are happy, all these things. So they were like, can you have such a conversation, but now tie in the product somewhere.
Now Alkulipa.
Yes!
Good money.
Kai, I think it was 200,000.
So Mumbus made her first money.
Yes.
Kai.
For that particular video. And it is
and
one
you
of the best
also made
videos.
your first money.
Yes, as an influencer. I was like, hiya.
Hey, first of all, that's double. Because you've been paid, but also you're realizing, even my daughter.
Yes. Let me tell you, Richie, you see, like when I'm being very honest, when I say this was never the plan. Like even me sharing these things on social media was just because like there were things that were happening to me and Mumbus. So I felt like, si nishare nini zangu za motherhood. They were coming out so naturally, because si kitu ati nimepanga ati ndio content yangu, and I'm not doing this kwanza monetize ama kwanza ku target certain clients and companies. No. But then I was just having conversations with my daughter. And because remember, because of how my mom had brought me up, and I remember the first time I actually got my period, my mom was away at a family function, and we were meant to go join her in the afternoon. So nilikuwa naosha vyombo ushago. So naosha vyombo nikasikia nasikia fani. Kwenda kwa leo nikapata but nilikuwa najua mahali mama anaikanga pads zake. So nilienda nikachukua nikaenda nikamwambia, but you know, up until that moment we had never had a conversation about periods with my mom. The only conversations tulikuanga nazo ni when always used to come to school kutufundisha, because walikuwa wanakaa boys wanafukuzwa, then tunafundishwa juu ya pads na wanatupatia, they had that program back in the day.
Yeah.
So because of that, I had decided that I was going to be very intentional with Mumbus, and especially when she got now up 8 years nini kuendelea, because I was like, she needs to learn these things from me.
So you started telling her even before she had?
Our first period conversation was when she was 8 years old.
Yo.
Yeah, like you do, because you know, she would come to my bedroom and she was always very curious. She could see the pads, she would see the tampons.
Yes.
Na nikamwambia, but then nilimwambia, this is something that happens to all girls, so it's gonna happen to you. Periods, blood come out. Like me, I would tell her, like it was.
And how was her reaction?
Alikuwa, you know, she's curious, and she's actually, I think the fact that I was telling her the truth, I think ilikuwa inamfanya akwe, she wasn't afraid.
Yes.
Because she was like, so even you see, for children, if their mother goes through it,
it's
no, ako tu sawa hivi. Then hata mimi nitakuwa tu sawa. I think that is what was running in Mumbus's mind.
Yeah.
Because she was never scared of those conversations.
Nice.
But then I would tell her, now when the right time comes, I will show you how to. So by the age 9, nikaanza kumfundisha stories za kuweka pad, nini, vitu kama hizo. Hata nikampatia panty liner. So she used to carry that to school. So she's prepared whenever that time happens, whenever that time comes. So Mumbu started her periods when she was 10 years old in November. When she was just about to turn 11 in January, so alianza akiwa 10 years old. And believe it or not, Richie, the day her periods came, because it was at night, she was about to take a shower, so ameenda kuchange kwa bedroom. Anakaa chini, akichange, anaamka, anatana, anaona damu kwa kitanda. Do you know what her reaction was?
Yes.
She opened the door and she started shouting, "Mom!" And she was laughing. She was like, "Mom!" Namuza Mumbus, what is it? Nilikuwa najua anapenda kunisumbua. Mom, come, you have to come now. Telling her, Mumbus, you're just disturbing. I'm not coming. She told me, "Mom, come, you'll be happy. Ebu come."
What?
Imagine she was never, like she was like she was ready. She knew exactly what to do. Si ati tulikuwa tunaanza lesson hapo. Actually, nilikaa tu chini nikamwambia, "You know what to do?" She was like, "Yeah." Akachukua pad, akaeka kwa panty, na akaile vizuri, akaeka kwa bed, na akaeka nguo zake, and she went to shower and she came back and she put on the panty.
You know,
that was it.
I'm a guy, so this is the first time I've ever had this conversation.
Yes. But it's coming.
But no, but I've two daughters. In fact, I'm going to now watch Abel. I'm going to go and watch. It's so funny.
Yes.
Like, you see, I have two girls, but it's never.
Yes.
Me, I've just looked at it like, hey, my wife is going to do this thing. My wife is intentional parenting. She's going to do this thing. But now I actually want to watch Abel. That video. You see,
yes,
the
one
video.
Did
Yes,
with
just to see. So that I'm not awkward also with my kids.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, thanks, Judy.
And you see, this is the right time to start having that conversation. Because if she's 8 years,
she's turning 8.
This is the right time. Because nowadays you have children even starting their periods at
9
years.
Hey.
10 years.
Okay.
Kama sisi wenye tuko tunaanza way 14 years, 15. Nowadays children start their periods when they're very young.
Babes, tuko na conversation. Tunafaa kuhave.
Yeah. So for Mumbusi, it was a very natural thing. Like she never, like it was never a problem. And I was a bit worried at first because it was on a school night. So the following day she's going to school. So I was a bit worried about how is she gonna cope in school? Is she gonna be okay? Attend a stain, nguo, then anze feel some sort of stigma because like I was a bit worried. So but the class teacher then was a female, so nilimcall actually nikamwalat mapema. When she started her period, so just be on the lookout for her.
Wow.
But imagine
teacher
alikuwa ananiambia ako huko akicheza football. Like that thing never changed. Like Mumbus na vile alikuwa. But you see, it's because I had conversations with her.
She wasn't shocked.
She wasn't shocked.
She was prepared mentally.
Because she would ask questions. So you can even do anything here. You can go and play, yes.
Wow.
Like it's not a disease.
Let me ask you, now just from a conversational perspective, with Mumbus, have you had a sex conversation?
That is now the next conversation. And guess what? We have had it offline.
Oh yes, what I mean is you've had it, but not for people, just you and her.
Exactly. Sisi wawili vizuri kabisa mpaka na because there's a day to car to the gyna, so we actually have a video on what happens when a girl goes to see the gyna for the first time. So we have all those conversations on YouTube.
Yes.
But you see now off camera, these are some of the things that we were talking about with the gyna. And because I had already introduced the conversation to her, tulikuwa tumeongea. Hey, there's a day she came home from school and she was like, "Daddy, what are sperms?" Why? Babake karibu crawl chini ya kiti. Because by then she just.
But let me tell you, there's a guy, they interviewed Mureithi Wanjao, senior pastor Mavuno on CTA. He's got a book called Seasonals. And in Seasonal, he talks about in the different seasons of a human being's life, what should happen. And he talks about and says when it's preteen into teenagehood, your child, you're no longer their God. You're their God, meaning you're supposed to instill their values from birth all the way until maybe 10 or late 8, 9. From 10 all the way to 18, your role there is to be their friend.
Yes.
That anything that they think, hey dad, yesterday I was offered weed.
Yes.
You don't. You hey, do you know what weed is? So the fact that she can come and ask what are sperms, it is.
Yeah. Like it was like I think that is the one thing that you've done so well in our house. Like we've allowed for conversations and any kind of conversations and any kind, whatever question you have, feel free to come and ask. And then don't ever feel like, hey, nikiulizwa hii nitachapwa. Unajua si tulilelewa hivyo. Wewe hata uulize maswali, mzazi maswali. Woi, ndauliza ulijulia hiyo wapi viboko. In this generation you can't. Hatuwezi walea hivyo.
So you've had the conversation with her and told her you can ask us anything.
Yes. And Mumbus asks anything. Like she knows she's free to come and ask anything about anything.
Nice.
Na hakutakuwa na vita tijua.
This is a safe zone.
It is a safe space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back to 2021.
Back to umepata do yako ya kwanza.
Nimepata job yangu ya kwanza. And let me tell you, zilianza kufuatana. Because a week after the phone call for always tukakuwa na Pepsodent. Then kidogo tu hivyo zinaanza kukam. So now I have Mkurugenzi, I have Njukush, I have Judy. Ikaanza kukua kills.
So were you getting, first of all, as Judy, were you getting just Judy or Judy with Mumbus?
Judy with Mumbus.
Oh, because there are people had seen, we like this pair, we like this partnership.
Yes. Wow. And that is exactly how I wanted it. Because it was so natural for us to create content like that.
You know, Judy, I have to say this. I know you want to go on with this story, but your daughter started earning money.
Kitambo sana.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
My dream for my children is that they, even, I don't care if it's 2 shillings a month.
Yeah.
I want my kids to start earning. I think that would be the biggest blessing ever.
Yeah.
Like, Mumbus earns money.
Yeah, she's been making money now since she was 10 for 3 years.
And see kama mamako weta.
By the way, we are very okay. So there's something we did with the dad, but we just told her very recently. She didn't know. She just knew there is an account. Mami na dadi walimfungulia account, but she didn't. She was also very young to understand bank account. What are those? So what we did with Mumbus is, so back to 2021, our first gig. Pesa imeingia. Kidogo kuna gig ingine. Kidogo. Yani unaona haya. There is work coming in now. So,
do you quote for you and then do you quote also for Mumbus?
So yes, I have a quote for myself, like if it's just Judy, and I have a quote for Judy and Mumbus.
Oh.
So the fee for Judy and Mumbus is higher than for Judy alone.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So I heard there's a thing.
Something I have tried to do, but I just received a call yesterday that's about to change that game. Is I have refused. So not refused. So my plan was to always make sure, like if she's creating content, she's not by herself. Like it's she's creating content with safe. Her mom. Yeah, she's safe. So si ati nika ako huko sasa namtumia kutengeneza pesa. Because you know there's a very thin line.
Yes, I get
There's a very thin line there.
Yep.
Yeah, so for me it's either it's me or me and Mumbus, but there's no Mumbus by herself.
I like that.
Yeah, like there's no Mumbus by herself. But there's a call I got yesterday. I'll tell you off camera. Okay. That's about to change that entire game.
So,
yeah.
But also, I mean, she's now passing class 8.
She's now, so yes, she's now going
entering,
to Form 1.
Yes, that's what I mean. So it even changes the dynamics of what you could do.
That's true.
Before.
That's true.
And so, also in this digital world, it's good. It's the safety.
Exactly.
The safety of content creation.
Yes. And that's why I have refused to open any social media pages for Mumbus until she's 18. Like she will be the one to open those pages for herself if she wants. I have refused for Mumbus to have any social media platforms because she's still a child. Like some stupid person nakuja hapo with a stupid comment.
Na
anaambia teenager. Kwanza teenager. Teenagers are very sensitive. The emotions, they feel everything on a much deeper level than anybody else. So because of that, the safety is if you're going to see Mumbus in any video, she's either with her dad or with her mom. You will never see Mumbus by herself.
Nice.
So that has been the rule that we've operated on.
And even, remember you were telling me off camera, even Wi-Fi.
Yes! Like Wi-Fi alinyongewa. Hii mwaka yote hakuna Wi-Fi amepatana naye. Baki alinyonga Wi-Fi. So, so 2021, I start feeling overwhelmed. because now work is quite a
No,
bit.
before I'm not look at your story.
Yes.
So you said there's an amount that arrives?
Yes. Oh yes, there's an amount that arrives for kazi yetu. So what I started doing, and I did this from the first video that we ever shot with her. Nilikuwa namuuliza, it was so funny. Nilikuwa namuuliza, Mumbus, how much money do you want me to pay you? Because you've got this job, how much money do you want me to pay you? And she would say 50 bob. She would say 100 bob. As in for her, 100 was, whoa, umenipea pesa mingi. Do you know what I did from the first video? I used to give her 1,000 shillings.
Nice.
And we used to do 1,000 shillings for a video. Any video. Whatever video that we record with her, 1,000 shillings. Za clients lakini. And then 500 shillings for a photo post. If the client comes and says there are 2 videos and 2 picture posts, static posts, hapo Mumbusa kona 3,000. Because it'd be 1,000 for the 2 videos and then 500 for the 2 static posts. And this is money I used to give her, cash money. Like nilikuwa namhesabia hivi, namwambia for this campaign, here's your money. And that's how we bought her first piggy bank, big one, ya kwanza kuweka pesa zake. Let me tell you, we got to a certain point in the house, like sisi tunasota Mumbusi ndiye anatupea pesa. It's not a joke, because you go to her piggy bank, she has like 40k. Hapo ndani. Like akona, yani she has money. Tukisota, ama I'm not in the house, yes, the dad is not in the house. And Flo, our nani ana need kubuy like skuma nini. Alikuwa tu anaenda kwa Mumbusi. Anamwambia Mumbusi nipe, alafu nikifika hivi naambiwa refund. Yeah, so that is what we started doing. And then what she did not know, which is now something we just told her Juicy, is that 20% of whatever money would come in, this account, and the account we opened was a money market fund account. So I would put away 20% of every money that came in through whatever campaign we had done, first kwa account ya Mumbus. So Juicy tulikuwa tunamuonyesha hiyo account and she was like, what? This is my money. Tulimwambia, okay, it's not your money now. It might be your money later.
Yes.
But now, not now. Because as in because she's growing up. So she needs to understand how money works. And she needs to understand the value of hard work. Like when you put in work, you're actually rewarded. And this is your reward for the last 3 years that you've been working with Mami. This is how much money. Because of course there are statements that come in every month. So nilienda tu nikamfungulia.
And also you've taught her about compounding interest.
Exactly.
Money market versus idle money in a bank account.
Yes.
Wow.
So that is how now Mumbu started earning her money. And that is still the figure up until today. But usually, Mami, we need to talk. It has been, you've given me 1,000 for a long time. So now we need to talk.
Renegotiate.
Yes, Aliambia, now we need to renegotiate. Especially now, as we go into November and she's done with school. So she's like, Mommy, now we are going to create content. Yeah, but now we need to renegotiate. And I was asking her, so how much money now for a video? Well, she was like, maybe add 200. So you give me 1,200. I was like, it's okay, I'll add 1,000 shillings. She was like, what? You give me 2,000? Yeah, but it's because we are trying to teach her, because these are lessons we were never taught by our parents.
Never,
let me tell you, I say, if I knew what I know now about money, aki ningekuwa na retire, see jokes. I would have made enough money for me to be retiring at 36. But nimelearn stories are rich when I was 30. I think 30, 31. That is when I truly learned how money works. And this is because we went for a course na Abel. Like your financial education.
Like a centonomy or something.
Yes. We learned, but this one we did with Val of Africa's Pocket.
I know Val.
Val is good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Val is so good.
Val is so tiny. I used to work with Val.
Really?
When she worked at Centum Foundation.
Yeah.
So there's, anyway.
Yeah, Val was
yeah, but she's very clever with money.
Oh, she is. Yeah. Oh, Val, you changed our lives.
Whoa.
You literally changed our lives. Abel and I. And we did this when we were 30, I think 30, 31.
Yo.
Yeah. So she reached out. Not even 30, 31, Richie, I'm lying.
The other day.
Actually, it was in 2021.
Yeah.
2021, yes, Juicy too, yes. Because she called.
Fuck me, I was like, 30, you are lucky.
Yeah, they wanted to partner with Mkurugenzi for Africa's Pocket.
Yes.
There's something they were trying to push, a product.
She's partnered before with Rina Hicks.
Yes. So she called nini na tukakuwa na conversation nini and then sasa ndio hata tukajua Africa Pockets wanafanyanga nini. You know how clients reach out and it's the first time you're hearing about them. So we did our due diligence. We were like, yeah. Nini. So we had conversation. She was based in Canada at the time. So ilikuanga ni Zoom calls nini. Haya. And you know, after the campaign, because it was a success, she was very happy. The company was very happy. She was like, so what would you like for me to do for you? Like, if I was to offer something in return for everything that you've done for me, mnaweza sema nifanye nini? Imagine tukasema tunataka like teach us about money value. Like tupeleke on a crash course. Na utufundishe nika unafundisha mtoto wa class 2. Yes. And we did a crash course with her. And let me tell you, Richie, that was the beginning of... Me, I say everything we've been able to achieve in the last 3 years was because of that conversation with Val. Wow. It completely changed our lives. Hizi stories za money market fund na nini? Hiyo yote ni kazi ya Val. Yes,
in fact, I'm so shocked to hear you say money market. Yeah. I'm like, you're switched on. Kila msi yako idle money kwa bank account.
Hizo vitu zote ni Val. Val introduced us to, and ndio tukarealize kumbe we actually make money. But before that ulikuwa unafeel kama kwani tunatengenezanga pesa ikienda wapi? But kumbe money, when you have a purpose for the money actually now comes. It finds you when there's a purpose for that money. Yeah, anyway. So
shout out to Val.
Yeah, shout out to Val.
So we're 2021 now. You've explained this whole Mumbus thing.
I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. I feel like now is a bit too much because I have myself, I have Abel, and I have Njugosh.